those ones that can see, welcome everybody to today's show. If you haven't seen the PC, this is the way.
This is the way.
It's that narrow path gang. He's trying to wait. He came to bring a peace, boy. He came to bring a vision.
If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore. Because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because
this is the way.
This is the way.
It's that narrow path gang.
You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight.
There's a famine coming. Hard times are coming. Right now is just the beginning of sorrows. It's the grace of God. It's God being merciful and long-suffering to us. He's that kind of God. The stars were overhead, and every day was as long as a life age of the earth. But it was not the end. I felt life in me again. I've been sent back until my task is done. And I come back to you now. At the turn of the tide.
It's that narrow path gang.
Was made possible by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Today, breaking down some mysterious videos that feel like a fever. But before we hop into that, go ahead and spam that like button right now so growing the numbers up on the algorithm. You ain't gotta think about it later. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button to sub up. Join the family. It's the most lit and active community on YouTube. Yeah. With that being said, guys, let's hop straight. You have something I want. Grogu.
Yes. It's his name.
You may think you have some idea what you're in possession of. His powers. But you do not.
Force what gives him his powers. To wield it takes a great deal of training. Discipline.
He's stubborn.
Not him. You. I want to see if he'll listen to you. This is the one that you hunted, then saved?
Yes. The one that saved me as well.
From the mud hole.
Yes.
It looks helpless.
You're very special, kid. We're gonna find that place you belong, and they're gonna take real good care of you. But you have to agree to go with them if they want you to. Understand?
In a few moments, it will be mine. Means more to me than you will ever know.
child's gone.
Till he's returned to you safely, you're in your den.
You're like a father to him. I cannot train him.
Why not? You've seen what he can do.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. His anger.
We need coordinates from off Gideon's cruiser. They have the kid.
I can't get those coordinates unless I have access to an internal Imperial terminal. But say goodbye to your little green friend.
You're not going alone. I'm coming with you. I won't be showing my face.
I don't know. Seems to me like your rules start to change when you get desperate.
If we don't get those coordinates, I'll lose the kid forever.
Everybody's got their lines they don't cross until things get messy.
You have something I want. You may think you have some idea who you are possession of, but you do not.
Soon
Soon,
we will be
you
back
will be back with me.
He means
He
more
means
to
more
us
to me
than
than you
you
will ever know.
And an order of sorcerers called Jedi that possess such powers.
It is an enemy.
No, its kind were enemies. This individual is not.
No, stop! We're friends! This child, I was hoping that...
To get to that one, you gotta go to Annesburg.
Where did you get that armor?
This armor has been in my family for 3 generations.
You do not cover your face. You are not Mandalorian. It's one of them.
Thanks, Eric.
One of what?
I am Bo-Katan of Clan Kreese. I was born on Mandalore and fought in the Purge. I am the last of my line.
It's not part of my plan. I've been quested with returning this child to the Jedi.
What do you
So
know?
you can't go out
Nothing.
the door from outside.
I was hoping you would help me by
And
creating...
after that, open this door. Say somebody in here.
I can lead you to Mother.
Find the Jedi.
At open days, even though you don't have to.
Take the Foundling to the city of Caligan on the forest planet of Corvus. There you will find Ahsoka Tano. Tell her you were sent by Bo-Katan,
Ivory Code.
and thank you. Your bravery will not be forgotten.
This
This is the way.
This is
So,
Grogu.
then we have that one. We should pick up this other
He was
two
raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant.
as
Many masters
well.
trained him over
Then
the
we're
years.
gonna go for the third one. So let's
At
pick
the
up
end of
this
the Clone
two.
Wars, when the Empire rose to
From
power,
the Hills also.
it's hidden
Not that far away. And it's
and took him
like
from the temple.
on his path here to
Is he
the
speaking?
house.
Do you understand him?
Just gotta watch out for that
Grogu.
food.
Yes.
Pardon.
That's his name.
So right here. Oh my daisy, you wanna know? Let's see. Should be one
His stone
outside.
Grogu.
That's when you gotta use a method attack on.
Grogu.
Let's go
Take the
back
stone.
on inside.
You see? That's right, take it.
Can't with them.
Come on. You can have it. Come on. Good job.
Here's love.
Cannot train him.
What? Why not? You've seen what he can do.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. His anger.
All the more reason to train him.
Hair brush.
I've seen what such feelings can
Even a
Not even your
car.
laser swords would be.
Whoa,
Does this look Jedi to you?
that's a lot of stuff in one place.
Okay, here we go. This is the seeing stone. Are you seeing anything? Or are they supposed to see you?
No, let me stop now. Cool. Synchronize as well. Yeah, let's do that. Because we're gonna sell some things also to Madame Passant for that. So why not? Just a quick one. It goes quick. This one should buy at the center across the street. On the
Why are
type.
you after the child?
It's been a while since we
I
did
will
family
kill the
films.
mom.
You know,
Take what is rightfully mine.
15 of these and
With the
15
dark saber
coins.
restored to me,
Coins gives more,
Mandalore will fight.
but it's much easier to get
Help me
there.
rescue the child,
Family
and you can have whatever you
much,
want.
much
He
easier.
is my only priority. Dark saber.
Cheers,
It
mate.
belongs to you.
Ivory hairpin. So Simon, so you know which one it is.
belongs
Just
to
in
her.
case if you need one of those
She can't
as
take it.
well.
Must be won in battle. In order for her to wield the dark saber again, she would need to defeat you in combat. Out that
It's the
blade.
one in police
She's a
station.
pretender.
It's the one here. What's the
He's
one?
right.
Cherry
Come on,
with
just take it.
cherry on. That is nice. That is really nice. So, then we have done those and synchronize. Let's go to the next place.
Are you a Jedi?
Hey, spit that out.
Late to the client. I have no idea if he wants to eat it or
Let's
hang it
do
on his wall, but he's very
JTW.
antsy. Safe passage.
We're
You
going
know where
for
to find
flood.
It's not a toy. I gotta get one of those.
They should, they have the one going for bounty. And they also have the one going for trial, right? Well, why not just one of those? In color, maybe change the wheels to different areas. There's so much stuff you can do with this car. Even these mansions. Let us purchase a mansion. If they want us to spend money doing this and that, one thing they should have done,
Stop touching things.
it is with these purchases of mansions, houses, you know, this type of weapons. All of those various weapons. It is, you know, really expensive game to claim by them. So why do you toss away 500 million US dollars just like that? Enough time it was more But if we know it is those money that they put people in the debt, and how they made that one over there, but we can see the origin as the cartels from Europe, like the Bank of the Pond, the Bank of Rothschilds, Bank of International Settlements, many banks. What are the main Federal Reserve, for example?
Give me a second.
Which one is behind the Cold War,
like
Minimum,
food?
and others?
Are you hungry?
But they only took away the gold,
That's just something
and
to
this
eat.
game has the gold
I don't know. Something with
purchase,
bones in it.
right?
And here's
But
the plan.
we don't have the gold
I'm
standard,
going to look after you
so
until the Mandalorian
these
gets back.
printed
And
cash, the gold standard
charge
made it that
extra.
no government could print as much as want put people in different situations. As we have seen many times, there's been a lot of depressions, jail, haircut, was that. So we should go back to having a more secure economy. But if these people make money, especially when they purchase gold, as we see, the two most expensive and fastest horses are by gold only. You can buy things with cars and transfer later and do a switch over to gold and purchase it by gold, but not opposite. So, what's my price not here? I want to suggest something.
That was unpleasant. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Check the dice.
Will has been terminated.
What did you do?
I am fulfilling my base function.
Which is,
Hey, let's make the baby do the magic hand thing. Come on, baby. Do the magic hand
Wait,
thing.
did you even take a picture of that one?
I'm out of ideas.
In Annisburg, by the way. Let me just double take a picture for you. Just because. For the ensure that one in Annisburg. Wait, that was almost close.
It's yours.
So this house beside the weapons store. Just in case you can take a picture. So just now there is even one more spot just before we go to the third one. Let's pick up some family here.
you okay?
This code is on here, isn't it? It's not that one. Anyway, but wireless. So it's not wireless. This is a good location to do the vault for the daily. Up there. That's a good spot. Really. And you wanna why you wanna go with that location? Of course, there's another day. You gotta sell a TAFE, animal TAFE. And go into this one in Blackwater. I'm gonna do this. Just look at the spawn location by this hospital. There's this butcher. Let's see.
No.
I don't think it was Fence either. I think it was under the butcher. Let's see. Yeah, butcher, sell, and TAFE, and TAFE.
No. I told you not to do that.
David Tooth. $100. What? Even another other ones.
How many did you eat?
No way, mate. Another tooth of alligator. Let's see if that one.
You hadn't guessed. We're in a tight spot.
It worked.
Main power drive's not responding and the hull has lost its integrity.
The other one I would
The
give
suspected
donate
temperature
to.
will drop significantly when night falls. I'll have a better idea of our prospects at that time.
Gonna stop by here. Looks like a house inside out in the outback somewhere. Does it? Look at it. Anyway, pick up this brush. Howdy, man. Now it's the bull bristle brush. The bull bristle. Nice and clean. Nice and oh, there's no need to place a crime, so it's taken into his ear somewhere. Okay, now you're taken away.
If that happened, we'd all be dead.
This is not enough room to make a cup. Sure, mate. Sure. And now, for the third one. But first we're gonna stop one more location. It is for the location of Valentine.
Others with Beskar have been through here.
Who can take me to them?
I know someone who might help.
Wait, we need to just talk to these guys as well. Say, how about where's that?
Don't play with your food. Thank you for watching him. Okay, kid. Come on. It's time to go. Let go. Come on, kid. Congratulations. No, I have enough pets.
So let's search. So about to tell one. Just have to double check one thing. You know this is to was the Valentine. Didn't start there. Then we're gonna go to the third collectible. What's the one was off? So this is the family healing trip now. But we could do what is
I
more.
finally know where I'm taking you. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Sorry, almost done.
Hey.
I see bound is putting from the moon.
Okay.
That's from
Did you get the wire out? The red wire. No, the red one. Show me the red wire.
20 donations to Crips, you say.
The red one. Yes, good. Now, you're going to plug that red wire where the blue wire goes in the board. Put the red wire where the blue wire goes in the board, okay? But don't let them touch. See where you took the blue one off? Yes. Now put the red one. No, don't put the blue one back.
We
Put
have
the red one where the blue one was.
So they would do the
Put the
road
blue one
challenge
where the
again.
red one was. But be careful. They're oppositely charged, so keep them away from each other. Make sure you hold them apart from. No, hold them apart.
Somebody's been here also. Hey, put your hairbrush. Yeah, the ending is nice to pick up.
Well, it was worth a shot. They were making it to Corvus in this shape.
So let's go to the third location.
You know, I think we need to visit
It's
some
going to
friends
be
for
close to
repairs.
Limpany. Or is it Limpany?
So how do you
Limp
like to go back
and
to Navarro?
whatever they call it. Search. And if it look now also, you will see that we have already picked up one of those fossils. So we can take just by close to this third family hill where we could collect it. It's going to be also fossil real close. Just stop by and pick up these ones. I have this already by my map of the yellow markers. So let's do that.
Not too bad, huh, kid?
Agatized coral fossil. It's really agatized. After that, we're going to take the third fossil. But now, let's do what we came for. The third family hill. It's right over here at Limpany. Can I buy?
Wake up, buddy. It's time to say goodbye. Grogu.
Come again.
His name is Grogu.
So I need a metal detector for this one. It's going to be outside. So, we're going to have that one.
You remember your old friend?
Try them.
I appreciate the offer, but I have some matters to look after.
I'm confused. I thought you had completed your mission, but you're still running around here with the same little critter.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Where you're from, you may be an apostate, but here,
So,
you'll be landed
just
gentry.
going to pick up. The third fossil.
Bombastic cyanide.
That's using your head. Not a pet. Sorry about that. He's young. No, Grogu.
I know that you're frightened, but I need you to guide me to him. I don't know what they taught you about us, but there was a time we actually got along quite well. Fought side by side. Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
grotesque stone fossil. Surface cave. So, now we have one of those amazing daily collectibles. So let's go and see the Madame Basson. So that's close or far? Anyway,
This is the way.
we can choose Emil Station, go north east. Or Anasburg again, go northwest. It's up to you which one you think is the safer or closest. So,
Grogu,
Try to connect with him.
I see your book. I'll see you again.
You are as a father.
Little creature,
You're like a father to me.
I promise. Open the doors. Wait. They said 50 years old.
Species age differently. This is what was causing all the fuss.
It's time to go. I think it's a child. I was helped by an enemy.
Why would an enemy help you in battle?
right now,
Did not know it was my enemy.
Try to connect with him.
It's not a toy. I've seen him do things I can't explain. No, stop! He doesn't want to go with you.
He wants your permission.
That's right. I knew you could do it. Very good.
He's formed a strong attachment to you. Brought a plan, too.
Quill, do you copy? Quill! I see your bond.
You're like a father to him.
You protect the child. Don't worry, kid. I'm gonna get you out of here. The kid's coming with me.
If you truly care about the kid, then you put it on the spear.
Okay, I'm gonna protect you.
His
there's
attachment
also
to you
free
makes him
stuff
vulnerable to
to
his
that.
fears.
If you put one mark on him, there's no place you won't be able to
I
hide.
mean, there's
He
a
is my only
tense.
priority.
His anchor.
You have something I want.
You have something I want. You may think you have some idea or in possession
No,
of.
you don't.
Soon, it will be gone. You will be back with me.
He remains
More
more
to
to
me
me
than
than
you
you
will
will
ever
ever
know.
know. Mhm.
Grogu,
Take care of this little.
I agreed to take you back to your own kind, so that's what I need to do. You understand, right? Go on. That's who you belong with. He's one of your kind. I'll see you again. I promise.
Agreed. Until it is of age or reunited with its own kind, you are as its father.
You have something I want. You may think you have some idea what you are in possession of. But you do not. Soon, he will
to me. He means more to me.
I was helped by an enemy.
Why would an enemy help you back?
No, it was my enemy.
You talk.
Where's the little guy? I returned him to his own kind.
And you have completed your quest.
I have. I guess we both lost something. I want to see him.
I know you do. In order to master the ways of the Force, Jedi must forego all attachment. I warned you when we met. Your attachment to Grogu would be difficult to let go of. Din Djarin, have you ever removed your helmet?
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
I beg you for your forgiveness.
Persistence without insight will lead to the same outcome. Your body is strong, but your mind is distracted.
That is the opposite of our creed. Loyalty and solidarity are the way.
The Mandalorian is here.
To share a strong bond. Are you doing this for Grogu? Or are you doing this for yourself?
I want to give him this. Make sure he's safe.
He's no longer in your care. He's with his own kind now. Grogu misses you a great deal. If he sees you, it will only make it more difficult for him.
Like the mother, tell the father, these new doctrines should keep safe. If I am making words, how? When did the nail come in? Sure, if there's something bad.
What should I do about it?
Trust your instincts. What shall I forge?
The niceness
Something for a foundling.
is today.
I will give you a choice.
You don't
For a
make your
specific
feathers,
foundling.
I suppose.
Grogu. His armor will protect him.
Because Grogu, a short time for
Well, it's a resupply mission. Yeah, we can do one of those, by the way.
There is one
We'll
possibility.
do one under 5 minutes, or before
Place
5
Grogu
minutes.
on the seeing stone at the top of the mountain.
Then what? Hey, what are you doing here?
Then Grogu can choose his path.
I'm happy to see you too. I didn't know when I'd see you again.
You're like a father to me. You are as its father. Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
Comment below.
If you put one mark on him, there's no place you will be able to hide from him.
I'm the one string in this day. And one from cost. And gladly, card.
Alright,
And then
this is the last time.
make a game. There's other ways things we tell. And even at them. Let's see what this what is all about.
You have something I want.
Grogu?
Okay.
Yes,
And then we have
that's his name.
the pack of
You may think you have some
Oops.
idea of what you're in possession of,
let's see if we
His
can
powers.
find the empty safe.
but you do not.
The
Force is
structure.
what gives him his powers. To wield it takes a great deal of training, discipline.
Of course there's not.
He's stubborn.
Not him.
It's
I want to see if he'll
I
listen
will
to me.
die.
This is the one that you hunted, then saved?
Yes. The one that saved me as well.
From the mud hole.
Yes.
It looks helpless.
Say this more.
Very special.
Or is it empty size? It is empty
We're gonna find that
size.
place you
You
belong,
say. That's
and they're gonna take real good care of you.
that's
But you have to agree to go with them if they want you to.
Mamma mia.
Understand?
Look at
In a few moments.
they're talking about the big guns.
Stay there. I'll be back soon. Means more to me
Oh my daisy.
than you will ever know.
Oh, where you go, mate? Are you taking the Wizz Air somewhere? The cheapest airline.
child's gone.
Wizz Air.
Until he is returned to you safely, you're in your debt.
Isn't
You're
it?
like a father to me.
Just say.
I cannot train.
Why not? You've seen what he can do.
His attachment to you makes him
Oh my
vulnerable to your
daisy.
fears. His anger.
We need coordinates for Moff Gideon's cruiser. They have the kid.
These are my buddies. Made a song about it. It drops this Friday. Me and my buddies.
Oh, so deep. That's ouch. That's ouch.
Me and my buddies. Rolling so we bet ain't money. Block 19, my best friend saying about 20.
Not the AR for my pray heart. Now here they are. Protect my days. Protect my days.
How you like them? I ain't not the type to sit and wait for the silence. If you ain't got a beat, you better buy one. I got 2 9s, yeah, it's fine. Why would I run? Oh, when demons gon' catch me slipping, show up at the crib, you gon' get me tripping. I'll pack in the no fly zone. My buddy coming with me everywhere I go. I know, I'm a white boy rapper. So packing, Bible smacking, you ain't gon' catch me lacking. I know. I'm a Jesus rockin' demon stomping, you ain't gon' see me flopping.
I will.
When I go, I keep buddy on my hip. 20 in the clip, anybody want a trip? I'm a two-way savage, Christian. Now I'm not your average. Yeah. Say I know my friend. I got heat from the everything. I got kids that need to be fed. My peace on me from me to the end. Say hello to my friend. I got everything. I got kids that need to be fed. My peace on me from me to the end.
Oh my God. Don't say the thing. Let me see my picture. See how I turn. Wait for AR. Protect my daddy. Protect my daddy.
My buddy coming with me ain't alone. My buddy coming with me in a country. So my buddy, mess around and find out. Look, I trust in God, but I'm still on that 9 out. You ain't gon' take my rights, trying to dumb me down. You ain't gon' take my fight. I win. I go out with the bank, I win. My kids are all a part of my gang, and I spin. I'm a prime on fashion. Baby habit daily. Tag and break me, I'll make you clap and go away. I'm a muscle pumping, muscle dumping. I'm gon' rustle something okay. Look, I'm the Bible thumper you were warned about. I got the gunpowder and it's more than just a quarter ounce. I'm a two-way step, got guns.
Several
Say hello to my friend. I got heat, no need to pretend. I got
If we can move the calm,
my peace on me.
what did the beast need? Need to meet to the end. I need my place. Move the calm. But one more. What the deal about these things? Should I move the freaking car or what? What's the look on that edge? Mate. What? Are they just taking a whiz? Mate, I thought it was there on the car. What the deal is happening here? Oh, this is off-road. Easy, come on, mate. I only have 20 seconds to the 5-minute limit. If it is still a 5 minute, oh look at that! You tired. Resupply complaining with 5 minutes left.
I can't get those coordinates unless I have access to an internal imperial terminal. But say goodbye to your little Greek friend.
I think it's time to flip the some tables. RDO is going to come. Yeshua.
Yeah, we the type of Christians that hurt start with the sin. Always a thing started me. But Jesus understanding you got people won't believe him. There's only one way to cleanse it. Be nice, you a Christian. As they taking all your rights, just stand by and I'll be careful. Jesus coming back, trust me, he ain't gonna be faithful. Until I hear the trumpet blow, I'm flipping over tables. People think I'm rude, don't give a hoot about your labels. Jesus got the whips, I think our country needs to change. Get on the front line, you know I'm down to flip some tables. I am in the mood to flip some tables. People think I'm rude, don't give a hoot about your labels. Jesus got the whips, I think our country needs to change. Get on the front line, you know I'm down to flip some tables. Flip it upside down. Never crush my crown. This whole dirt you trying to step on, you can't touch my ground. I eat your lunch, you try to touch me, I'ma punch that down. I'm too rowdy, I say it loud, you can't hush my sound. Let's get the whips. A lot of these pastors are just pimps. The hearts are far away, but they honor me with the lips. They do it for the money,
they do it for the chips.
but I don't think it's funny. Where's the table? I'll never calm down. Listen with that fake love is on down. This that righteous anger on a banger, I will not bow. You gon' toss the devil in the furnace, that's a grand lake. Jesus coming back and he gon' flip you like a pancake. People think I'm rude, don't give a hoot about your labels. Jesus got the whips, I think our country needs to change. Get on the front line, you know I'm down to flip some tables. I am in the mood to flip some tables. People think I'm rude, don't give a hoot about your labels. Jesus got the whips, I think our country needs to change. Get on the front line, you know I'm down to flip some tables.
So it says we gotta do 2 dog days. Okay, from the morning. But we only have to do 1 for the daily road challenges, 9 out of 9, comes the reinforced lesson.
People think I'm rude, don't give a hoot about your labels. country needs to shape us. Get on the front line, you know I'm dying to flip some tables.
Look at that, we got a custom donuts here. It seems to be that one. Which one is it? Is it not that damage? Yep, it is. Oh my daisy, no way, mate. How did it be meat? Oh, don't touch. Look at that, so many. Let's search. Let's say, what can we have? Some healthcare. It will cure the situation. What's up, mate? What the deal that be? I have something to that be. Oh, mate. What the deal that be happening? So, high grounds. I know, it's not Fortnite or Call of Duty. Oh, more? What the deal that is this? There's a dozen of these ones, but look, there are even more. Oh, dicey. Oh, you know what? Due to this, you gotta. Oh, they're burning down the place.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. We have Texas, we have this.
It's your mate, mate.
And are people still talking about this? I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question that Epstein.
But you know, there's someone worse than that one. It's the one who got caught. You better ask about this. It's the Orsini family. Zero Orsini. Because there's a worse pizza place. The pizza place in Washington, D.C.
I just want to keep it on the hush. Keep it under the rug. Best believe that we ain't never gonna forget this. Y'all a bunch of pedophiles until we get that F-list. This is where we stand for the innocent. The lion's been drawn for the kids. I am queen militant. You lost touch and it seems that you don't know the core. Protecting pedophiles ain't what we voted for. We want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it don't exist. Hey, Trump, play that list that protecting pedophiles. Make me feel you on that list. Yeah, we want the names of every pedophile on that list. You siding with the devil when you say it
But
don't
he
exist.
is.
Hey, Trump, play that list that protecting pedophiles. Make me feel you.
He really is. Oh, no. Oh, my daisy. What happened there? No way, mate. Don't ever have to do that again. Oh, totally knocked out. Oh, my daisy. Just due to the music, mate. Let's say. Do you wake up? Oh, it doesn't wake up either. Okay, then. But the thing is, he should know if you have followed these both sides is a controlled position. If you rule a country, you not give the people the circus and give them some bread. But you always think the money is called bread. Get the bread, get the bag, a bag of bread. But either way, so if you rule enough, you can But behind the scenes, and have them on one side of the wing, because a dragon usually have, as you can see here in UK, like the Prince of Wales, the Red Dragon, the Rothschilds, the Red Shield. They have the Red Shields in the Orsini family. They have the Red Shield in the Rothschild family, of course, and this Buckinghams, they have that too. So you can say they have these sides, and they have the side as well in many fibers for them. So if you just keep the people, you know, mass distracted, we're only here on these platforms some few hours of day, most. In other where you see there's judges and there's positions on their different sides. And we have to do on both sides. Either we defend the people or we put the ones who do the bad stuff in prosecution, We pursue them and do them by the law. But you can see these bad ones, these mad ones, as that it's not the worst ones. There's even worse. You can look it up. Example, Heaven Club is opposite of the Club of Heaven. Totally opposite. Those who work there and knows about that place, they don't feel it's heaven. But you have that. Then you have, as in UK, they used to be and still are, but not official. There's even secret society called the Knights of St. Francis, and they did some shady as well, as all of them do. A lot of this gathering as Crowley and them do, with a number after five and doing some unholy magics and doing these orgies. But as well, you can see there is a club called Knights, as Fortnite, what it really is, Fortnite for the night. And they do in the night, it's not day, but night of St. Francis. Look that up. Because that is also another club. And to be a member there, it costs tens of thousands of dollars yearly. And other fees, another club as well. Then you have another club you can look up called Sanctum. And it is because they feel that the Middle Eastern version, is sanctified, and that's their version, Sanctum. But it is only SNCTA. So that is another club that the Orsini, one of the children of Orsini, not the great Pope, the Federico that is passed away down there. But then you have the different names. There's a couple we can name, but to keep it short, the one who runs this and invested in this club is official on these clubs and even the pizza place in London. We in Cornwall, we expose all of these gazers and twats and blasphemous treasonous and all of our holiness because that pizza place is same disgusting front as the one in Washington D.C. That one even The Simpsons also mentioning that you looked at the wrong place. So you can look by the blueprint of that place in Washington D.C. and how high it goes. So what they do on that island, yeah. But look at that island they have in France. Outside in France, there's even what's the name? Monaco. It's not a kingdom. It's a princedom. It's run by a prince who doesn't want to become king because he's like the prince of palaces. That's why he doesn't want to stay that level. He's really evil behind the scenes. The requirement for just leaving in Monaco except if you be an athlete or soccer player or football player for them, it's different. But either way, to be a citizen of Monaco, you need to have 500,000 euros just put in. Then you have to have other things as well, but that's a $500,000 US version. And there is another island outside of there. There is. Oh, yes, they caught that Epstein guy, so you can see he was affiliated with Prince Andrew, as Jimmy Savile with Charles, right? You can see Charles with Jimmy Savile, and he even got pardoned and all that as Trump did with pardon with many of days, even in the black community. I remember he made history even with the system of justice, or criminal justice, with that unholy rapper who you can see in a music video doing with Crowley t-shirt and shit like that in a circle of that evil one, A$AP Rocky, and he was a Scandinavian country. And in that Scandinavian country, there's no jail except you stay in jail. You're not like Philippines and United States where you can get bail. You hear the name there too, but it's only in Philippines and United States you have that version. So he called this Scandinavian country, and they have never ever released one if you're in jail. But now they have, and it's not he was first one, of course, but they did again like Sweden. Or maybe it was Sweden. Call up, but now in Sweden, one of those behind the scenes with the worst terrorist ever, the brother Nobel. The brothers of Nobel is the worst of the worst. Why do you think there's a missing pace in the swings of Egypt? Why do you think there's many buildings scorched down, burned down, and all that? Just look what they did. They found and made a certain powder, and this powder they've been all around in the world. That's what they did with the Viking times. Been all around the world to scavenge the things. You see, it's always those northern white people. They're going all around the world and scavenge all resources and places and colonize all places. But anyway, they went, this Nobel family, and they give prizes to anybody, even that guy who did with those Dewey, who made that certain thing that it couldn't be in the showers. That gas. He was feeling in his stomach kind of gassy. So he made that one and he got the Nobel Prize. They even gave a prize for somebody like that. But what they did, and you can look it up, is in the newspaper. When that Ludwig Nobel died, he was in the newspaper and they said, finally one of the death bringers is down. Yeah, because they did that. They did, really. Imagine if it was FARC or Hamas, Hezbollah, who give prizes to all these scientists, all these inventors, all these other things. Imagine that. Hey, this is the worst of the worst, what they did. Look, every single bullet, every single missile, every single grenade, every single mine, any country must give Swedes or that family some sort of percent. And just look what they did in Afghanistan. Not the first opium war, not the second one, but the third one, but its official registrate. In the registration of the Opium War 3 in Afghanistan, and they used United Nations and other peacekeepers, as they call them, but they're not really. We can see the proof of that. What they used was the United Nations, and I know one minesweeper, a woman, a witness of this, and she said as a minesweeper down there that she went to Bosnia, she went to different of the former Yugoslavia, she was in Afghanistan. She confirmed 70,000 children has been exploded by the Swedish Falklands mine. So imagine today's society. If you have in Sweden, London, inner London, I'm talking about, or England, as we, or in the United States, if 70,000 children right now will explode, hey, it will be a fuss. It will be a big fuss. They were talking of the Five Eyes system. They will use the Five Eyes to localization any of those who is moving around in the Five Eyes. And then we're talking Australia all the way to the Northern America. We're talking all their ways to find and locate anybody. Well, this is how they do, mate. This is how they do. They hide so much story. They give one way, then they give another way. And we can see, like, it all has to do. We see where even the Indians and all the way to the Bedouins in Egypt and all the way to the Canaanites and the Babylonians. All these given sacred facials to that fallen one. And it is even in Book of Revelations, it says that God sent down an angel to give the humans the proof of there is these fallen ones, these Nephilim ones, and all of them. You can see the Vatican, they even have open. You can play the game, video game called Indiana Jones. In Indiana Jones, they say that the Vatican, and it's proof there is different statues in the Vatican, even in the Serpent Church of Vatican, you can say there is a Nephilim order in the game, and the Nephilim order, mate. Mate, you can say outside the United States, these creatures as well, and all of them other statues. Even the doors in Jordania. Look at the doors in the Palace of Jordania. It is a door is what 15 to 20 meters, and who walks in there? What do they need to go through those doors? Who goes through those doors in that height? It is insane. When you look at the cave, that lock that fell down, that big bar on the door, mate, this is utterly insane how huge it is. But we see there's many of these buildings, creatures, and all of them that it really doesn't say, give proof of, but there are. And there's in Albert Pike's book of Dogma Morale that only if you want to become a 33rd degree, you're going to learn about stuff. Really, that is for the 1% in the secret societies with different many names but same teaching. There's various names, but the teaching is the same. But it is for the 1% of those inside it because they fool everybody else. can say there's been those who've been 32nd degree for over 40 years. But he's saying there, inside that there's these people, and even with physiology and psychic things and proof of a creator, people won't believe, and that's why they're vulgar, dumb. So they say these people as stuff, but they confirm this, and there's many of these secret societies confirm about the creator. Why do you think all these, like JC, the Rockefeller music industry, how they have in their contracts they are not allowed to say Yeshua. You can see some secret lodges has you cannot say Adonai, the creator, the God. You cannot say that the whole word. You're not allowed to say Yeshua or Yahuwah. That's why there is Hallelujah. So you can see even it says in the Holy Book, in the Holy Bible, for example, that God is within. And you see by signs and symbols that the evil ones gonna be confirmed by, and even the good. And you can look up laminin, laminin, the symbol of that one. It is the true origin what it is. So it is within, even in the DNA code. It says Yahweh. It says by the numbers, and everything is by the numbers. Even the mention about the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans believe that everything has its certain numbers. There's dog age, cat years, dog years, the children in the womb. Everything is by numbers and certain numbers. As even the Greek philosopher was saying about 1 to 9. There's only the number 1 to 9. Otherwise, it's just extra, but it's only a count, not the zero. Zero has no value. It's just extra as well. So, having this teaching, so making this transformation to put the people, no matter the races, beliefs, ages, they created this with a secret mating at Dr. Jekyll Island. When they transformed the gold standard to this new one. And that's why we have seen many depressions. That's why we've seen rises of prices everywhere. And if you even look up the golden ages, the gilded ages, where it was lower the wages, lower the salary, and rise of prices. Even these lobbyists, young one, who got infiltrated by a fellow journalist that said when she interviewed his Geisha, I think he's going to get something out of her. And he was saying that they have caused these areas where the most important inputtive things like seeds, that's why really the Ukraine situation flowers, but we know it's the Khazarian Tamga. The Khazarians is the one behind that country and do with NATO this contract violation. But the reason is to make the prices higher. If we have higher prices, then they can do the Gilded Ages, new reform, new ways, and like they said in the World Economic Forum with the sign and symbol, we should not make a waste when they have in these situations. Now, when the humans are hackable, we cannot waste or let a good crisis or major crisis go to wasted. You can hear them. They conspire against the nation. That's why they're treason. That's why they're treason. It's treasonous to conspire this, and they gather these people. They have the Bilderberg meeting. I don't understand why they don't even stop those cases. The Club of Rome, the Club of Budapest, the Club of Madrid, even those with the Trilateral Commission, who has the same founder, the same investor as the Federal Reserve Bank. And that's why we're giving most to these important people nowadays in USA, or the real name that they have not told the people, the USAR. It's an Egyptian rebukable thing, but there is in the Acts 4 in the Constitution and by chapter 2, it says that anybody can go to the Senate, anybody can go to the Supreme Court and file these papers in, and you have proof of it, no matter which institution, organization, or political or anywhere of officials and by a citizenship or sovereign can be held by this law of these positions. You can be a lobbyist, you can be a gay or twat, whatever. By that law, you can claim if you have proof of anyone conspire against the people. Because we have the 1215, the Magna Carta, the ancestors back in 1210 fought many years to make these elites who started the beef. 1215, they signed a declaration, a sign of paper, that no matter which elite there are, even if there was the Napoleons or the Vikings versions of Vlad the Evil and all these twats, no matter these ones who was positioned in different ways and all their this and that, they can be held. They can be. They even the opposition of their own elites use that one against one in each other. They want to have to be removed. hmm hmm So if somebody says sometimes, if we cannot do anything against those with the monarchy law and the diplomacy, yeah, of course you can. What are they elder than the Magna Carta? No, they're not. They're not. All of them are obliged by that. I don't care if you say there's macroeconomy or microeconomy, or you say there's the macro laws and micro laws, monarchy laws. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they are not above, they're not any way higher than the ones of Magna Carta. So we run away with this one. There's a lot of things to show, of course, and tell about and discuss. So if anybody likes this and want a full disclosure about these ones, I can definitely make a full screen a video about this. Even about by the numbers of this and that. All these twats. So let's go on with another song here. Big shout out to the Tyson James and Bryson Gray.
You can't pick and choose like you been dying in the buffet. Every day I'm going training, but tomorrow I'll be gay. All you demons follow when you falling for the prey. How you all up in your face, you blunt pride. Got that rainbow day, you know you on the wrong side. Thinking I'm gonna stand with you, you got the wrong guy. Took your side of the fire, came upon it, they all died. It may not be raining down, never God is always on time. They say that pride is the ultimate sin. I'll never fold, I shine bright, I'm too bold to be dim. I'm not a troll when I go shop, I'm seeing multiple ships. I'm too cold with these drops, I ain't too bold to be him. Pride is the devil. Got that rainbow begging, you gon' die with that rainbow. Pride is the devil. Pride is the devil. I don't rock a pedal, so I ride with that metal. Pride is the devil. Pride is the devil. Got that rainbow begging, you gon' die with.
Take this also. But is that? Look at these. Don't forget to watch that video. We're gonna play it for. Because we got some more coffee. We'll build your taste. Now, New York.
The Bible says in Isaiah 13:11, "And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." I don't care who this offends, everyone needs to hear this. The Bible is real. Jesus is real. Heaven is real. The King of Kings is coming back. This is also real. If you believe, pass this with someone who needs to hear it and put a true amen.
This is New York City right now, you guys, where the subways are being flooded. Even reports of highways being shut down. People have been losing cars, houses, and evacuating. But from what I've heard, this is not normal for New York City. And some people are wondering, like, is this man-made? Is this just a natural occurrence? You know what I think? No, it's birthing pains. We're in the end times. Jesus is coming back soon. I'm keeping up to date with all of this. Follow so you don't miss anything. No, he should to get out of here. Oh man, somebody needs a diaper.
It's going.
Well, that's concerning. I'm inside the Lincoln Tunnel, which is underwater. Pretty sure there's a movie about this. Everybody dies.
These streets will make you feel red. Oh my God, it's a waterfall. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Just go slow. Just go slow. Just go slow. Just go slow. Slow. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Oh. Watch that. This car already. Go slow, go slow, go slow. Slow. God. Water coming up? There's water coming up. Go around him. Around him. Just get past him. Hold the. Oh my god. 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 Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. I think I got it. The guy was water out of his car with a cop. Oh my god. We made it.
Oh, he's trying to back up because
I'm gonna say goodbye.
Good job! Good job!
16 weeks ago, Casey Neistat found a hole in the New York sidewalk, so we flew all the way out to find it. Fortunately, it was sealed. But after posting the video, we got an anonymous tip about a secret tunnel system inside of a synagogue. We were told it was somewhere inside of the basement, so we went down to check. There were a bunch of strange rooms that still had power. But inside of this closet, somebody had broken the wall to find their way in. They even cut a hole into this metal to get into the secret tunnel. Then we found this strange looking vent, which was actually a tunnel system that went on for miles. I can't believe we actually found tunnels in New York City. There were even stairs inside of the tunnel. They even had massive fans for ventilation. The craziest part was when I walked out here and I found another room. This room looks like it's for a fallout shelter.
The Jew with the black clothes and the curls and everything. Oh, I see them. I see them, but I don't believe them.
So, I'm going to give the part two. We haven't a couple parts we're working with. Well, as you can see, there's a reptile in Brooklyn dragging that child down. That is a famous statue of Brooklyn. So it's shape-shifting gazes and ancient stories. Okay. Okay. Before we close this down, I just have to take that coffee. Oh, here's a sneak peek of the part two.
Yes,
We'll come more of part three as well. It's not that long, this one. We're making them a little bit shorter. But here's some from different various sending. If anybody knows something or want to send in email, send DM, link, comment.
Written explicitly in the Bible itself. Is it in the Talmud? Is there a passage in the Bible about that or no? No. Okay. So you're not really sure exactly where that comes from? No. Yeah. No, we know it's not. Yeah. Because I know it's called the Star of David. Yeah. Does that have anything to do with David?
No.
There must be somewhere on the
Rent fund.
I do not remember exactly what the association was. I believe that what they call the Star of David is actually the Star of Remphan.
Rent
Because
fund.
when you study the Bible, you'll see that when they worshipped other gods, the Bible talks about them carrying the banner of the star of their god Remphan.
you rejected the God of the Bible. You took up for yourself the star. That's the signal star of your God called Remphan or Keter.
All these were names for these people honestly believe that they are descendants of gods, that they are chosen, they are God's special people, that we are delusional, and that the true creator is this wisdom principle that they think of as Lucifer. That wisdom principle gave us ancient mystery school teachings, and that the enemy, which they call Adonai, the adversary, which people call the Christian God,
Look,
came to
they
try to
call
defeat them.
in Secret Society Lucy God, as Albert Pike said.
Like the Bible, and they say,
And they don't want to live by the Creator. That's why they are free.
God will take
That's why
the
the G stand for Gnostic, because they think they're free.
that we as a planet are the
They don't want
ones
to live by
they are
laws
just. So
or
this is how they justify
they want to make a
their
new
financial
one,
corruption.
a
They
new
don't
world.
believe that we deserve the money. In fact, they believe that if they did not dominate us, and if they did not control us and play all these games, that we left to
In 1948, after a Feast and Fast, you can look at the Balfour Treaty, the contract with Balfour. Even they're saying that land belongs to Rothschild, the Red Shield, with the Red Dragon. You mean state? There's other places in the world called state as well. Right. Right. And they're part of the Commonwealth as well. And it's not the Vatican protecting the Commonwealth, but they can also having the Holy See that is more than land, right? Holy See is even garden by the Vatican gives the garden to Malta, the Order of Malta. They don't have all land, that order. Or you can say famous people like Nelson Mandela was one.
This means your mind exists outside of time. Your soul and mind exist outside of this world, and this is why every religion teaches there is another world, which is heaven. Satanic is Saturnic, which means they worship things that exist
Saturn
in
Death
time,
Cult.
physical pleasure, escape. This is the Saturn ring. You have to escape time, space, and
And
matter.
did not
By going through your
Beyonce
mind
have that
and
too?
learning how to astral
Outfit?
project.
Earrings?
Saturn is Satan, 666, the mark of the beast. Saturn has the cube out of all the sides, it creates the star of
Yeah,
David.
Rihanna singer
666
Q Hoo
triangles,
Hoo.
sides,
Q
666.
Hoo.
We live in a soul system, not a solar system. Saturn is pretty much the computer.
That's why they have a machine by Simpson, soul harvesting. And it's not the place of the hospital in Simpsons. It says on the board, sideboard, of the hospital in the Simpsons one episode, soul harvesting. And look at the ember, look at the symbol and sign of hospitals. And didn't they close down countries? I mean, what they did on TikTok. And today, if somebody do TikTok, you can get fired. But this was.
When reincarnate, our mind is wiped and we lose our memory of our divinity. The Saturn symbol is even showing you that all of the planets are created out of the three holy trinities: Earth, Moon, and Thing in the black cube matrix of Saturn. There is a deep meaning behind these black cubes you see in every major city. On the North Pole of Saturn, there is a hexagon, which is a cube. In your external reality, Saturn is the roots of trees, bones, and underlying frameworks. Saturn is the god of conditions and limitation. This is why he's known as the god of time, because time is a limitation. Your physical body is a limitation for your infinite mind. Mind can project into the future and go backwards into the past. Your body cannot, because it's stuck to the three-dimensional world. Mind can expand into infinite fields of thought. There's nothing possible. The energy of Saturn is being used to condition your consciousness into a physical low state, trapping your mind in a three-dimensional way of thinking. Do this through religion, hence why all religions have symbolism of Saturn. They condition your mind through the educational system, hence why you wear a black cube on your head. This is why a judge wears a black robe to enforce limitation and laws. Black represents Saturn, it represents dense, cold matter and limitation.
So wake up and open your eyes. Not be like the movie Eyes Wide Shut. Because that's what they want the society. They want the individual eyes wide shut. What do you think that was just a coincidence? Did not Kubrick in that movie expose a couple things? It's not even at 27 minutes. And I come on the video also I'm gonna give a shout out to as well. You know what happened on the 29th of July? We know about between the July phase. The July phase is between 20th and to 24th. 20th July is the phase starting. That's when they start that ritual. And that ritual was first one to prepare was Jamal Malcolm, one from the Cosby Show, right? Warner, last name, if you want full name. And 22nd was Ozzy Osbourne to make a second one to enhance, put it on extra uh, things because there's in the Vika, the evil one that rebuke, the goes in free. It's a free. That's a 369. There's differences, three different numbers, right? So all these threes, the goes in threes. Then the Aussie by numbers, all of their names, all of them was in Gematria 201, like event 201. And 201 is 2 plus 1 equals 3, right? So then you have 3 again, and it goes in 3. There's 16 cases of Hollywood making that ritual, where is 16 times that 3 people died unalive real quick in 3 days. And on the 24th, it was the time for Hulk Hogan. And HH is the 88, right? 88 is, H is 8 in the alphabetic order. You look at digital watches, a digital clock, it is 88. Then they will send this away. Then on the 26th, it was the preparing, the harvesting. In the Druid order, and Vika and all these go to Eastern Island, the sorcerer. The real Duke, they do harvesting, and then we're talking about plants, herbs, and of course, creations.
People gathered to watch the performance.
And what happened then on 29? The 29 is one of the absolutely biggest and uh, most important of the summertime ritual they do. That is in the Satan these rituals. It is the biggest one on the 29th of July, the biggest of them all. Okay, so they did this one, 2024, the July Fest. Then on the 26th, they did another one, the harvesting, right? Then on the 29th, it is called the Grand Climax. Is their climax thing. And what happened at 8 p.m.? Okay, a geyser from Las Vegas go all the way to New York City. Did he's 27? What is that? Club 27, right? He's 27. And how many famous people are not passed away? Or how many other people who's not famous passed away at 27? Many, right? And then this geyser blast himself in, and he took 3 lives. And of course, they say the fourth victim and himself was the fourth who passed away. But then they say the fourth. When they say the fourth, what they mean is a special force. That's what they mean when they say that word. But there was 3 lives, and the geezer, of course. But he had 3 lives taken. Okay, that is 3 civilian, is 3 like pure, 3 sacrificial. So these 3 sacrificials uh, was of different ages. One was 42, 4 plus 2. They have that, and there were 3 of them. Okay, so you have that 4 plus 2 that version. Then you had her, the girl who was working for the Blackstone, another word like BlackRock, Blackwater, like in Red Dead. Then you had her, who is 3, 6 in the age, but the third one they never said, but it will only be like what number can be between this one. That is important. In Jamata 38, 38, it is their version of God, but not with a big J, with a letter one. Lucy F. It is 38 in Jamatra, one version of that. So then he goes up and take his own life on the 34th floor at 3-3, the club 33, 44 degrees, right? Then he had that fourth victim there, and then he did himself. So that's a double 4, right? The fourth victim, the fourth innocent, and himself be the fourth unalive. Then you have the 8th force. Again, eternity force. And this happened on 34th floor at 8 p.m. Double 8. You can't tell another way of this except what it is with them who lives by the numbers, and even the movie by the numbers. Look it up, but the movie is not about gematria, but the cover is. The cover is. You can see the number there. You can even see the movie with Jim Carrey when he's covered with 38, right? There's that one. So this happened on the 29th. It was uh, a grand climax for them. They did this, and since that has happened, the grand climax of that, you see what happened. have released upon the world different things. We can see in Ica, in Peru. Okay, you see that place? What is happening in Ica, Peru? Flooding, right? You see in Rio de Janeiro again, flood, tsunami, and you see again in New York a flood. There is flood in Thailand where they bang the cup, right? There is so many places right now. There has been different versions of uh, celebrations and honoring and these sacrificials in different parts of the world, different places. And you see what happens then after these places has done something bad. You see when they did a carnival dragging the Most High through the streets, what happened then? Smaller earthquake. And was it not also earthquake right now in Russia? In one of those places they made a movie, a series, Stranger Things, in the northern part of Russia. And in that part of Russia, it was 8.8 magnitude of earthquake in the northern part of Russia. 8.8, 88 again. So there is things that is definitely happening. The Simpsons also exposed the earthquake machine. That it's not the same earthquake machine that Nikola Tesla, who said 369 is the number to universe. Is it? And was not the Donald Trumpster's uncle the head of FBI bureau when they came and claimed the boxes of patents and innovations in the hotel room? Hmm. And he made it official about the earthquake machine. And we don't say it's only on land because they love doing this by air, love doing this by sea. When somebody worked in the security for certain people in different version of a special group and then become an operator and did then security work. You have to work by land, you have to work by air, you have to work by sea, underneath, underground. To making this security, that's why we say about these geysers that do on YouTube have been to Bohemian Grove and this and that. You would never. These places, it's the same with the Donald Trump's attempt on him. That one civilian of Buffalo. Yeah, if you see Moses anointing Aaron in the Bible, when Moses anointing Aaron, he plays blood when they do the sacrifice of an animal. Like that fire department guy was a Buffalo fan, Buffalo. They do different animals, but they take them the ketchup on the right ear. And didn't Trump still be hit in the right ear? Also, you can see the photos. His hand is covered. His right hand is covered in red, as Moses do anointing to Aaron. Also, the right hand. Then the third places, it comes in free again. And the third location, 4, was on the foot of Aaron. And what did somebody, if you work in a security detail and your client would be in any way attacked, close up or distance, and if you don't have the target, and especially gathering of public safety, you have to operate in different plan rehearsal, plan A, plan B, all the way to C. You have A to C documents you have to go through, and you rehearsal 3 days before event. So if somebody would ever, no matter where, underneath, on the ground, or on top. And this guy was on top on the roof, and you see that guy who took the shot. The security detail who took the shot. You can see he has the same red wristband as the Ivanka, same as her husband, who is probably the auntie, probably, because he's living in New York on the street number Mark of the Shite, three numbers after the fifth number. He's living in that. That's his apartment, his townhouse in New York. And Jared has right wristband, left hand wristband of the red. Ivanka hasn't. Even Donald Trump has his office. He has the knowledge of three. And is also, you look it up in Latin Spanish what maga really means. It means, like he always said, it's a witch hunt. They're doing the witch hunt. They're coming for the witch. Yeah, because you're doing witchcraft, man. You're doing that unholy stuff. You're having the church of and the synagogue of Satan. That's what you are. It's the highest rank. Maga and Magus is the highest rank, 5 out of 5, in the church of Satan. So, and it says in the Bible too that you should wear this mark of the shite on the right hand or on the forehead. And you see how many doesn't wear that MAGA cap on their forehead, right? But that shot of that security detail was by one with a wrist on his hand. So they knew the shooter, or what they were saying about that. But when you look when he taken the shot, nobody takes a shot like that. If you have a rifle like that, you will never ever taking the first shot like that and the second how it was bent. What was he shooting down in the ground or what on the second shot? Look at the aim he do the second shot against a perpetrator. Okay, so Trumpster get his right ear, right hand covered with ketchup. Then he says, "I need my shoe. I need my shoe." And there's no security detail would ever let you pick up your shoe, put on your shoe, and go away with your shoe. You will be even drugged. You will be tossed away from that area. You're the client. You are hiring us to cover your ass. So we will cover that ass. We will cover all of you before you get covered by ketchup. And he will be dragged away. He will definitely fool American football team in the 10-yard line. They will do defense. They will really go hard on the 10-yard line for the defense. And you will be fully covered of security and you will be dragged away. There will never be, not even 5 seconds, you will be standing there still. Not even 5 seconds. Cause the other one can reload if he's a rifle. He can reload, take the second shot. So there's no chance. Nobody will let you stand there. I need my shoe. It's the most important. I have my shoe. And what he said, he need to pick on his shoe in the interview, right? He said that in the interview, and he even point at his right foot because it was an inverted reversal ritual. They did on that attempt on him. Then we have different YouTubers, different social media that says the opposite. But is proven by what is in the real scripture. If you look through those verses and see that there's these three ways, it comes in three. You see them in the Druid order. You see them in the Eastern Island on the brooms. They're doing it free. And the anointing is free. And what they did happen also to Moses, you see in the secret society what it was saying, what happened at the end of him, and all the questioning, and hit with a hit on the rock with a broom stick. And there's an old movie, but Will Smith, the will of iron of hitter and maker, hit Chris Rock, right? So they do this openly. You can see even the Oscars they had that time, also the Eye of the Reptile. That's the same as the Church of Vatican has. So they did this version of inverted version. That's why they do a lot of these things. That's why some read the opposite way. That's why some drive in the opposite way. There's always these dualities. And you can see they have been doing by the numbers, all of them. All the way. You can see CERN, their major concern. You can see World Economic Forum. And you can see NASA. They have by the numbers. You can even see them Fox, the TV channel Fox, and even Simpsons is on Fox, right? And we know about the nine-tailed fox, and then we don't talk about Sonic Hedgehog's friend. Talk about Inscription, and it was not in Washington D.C. Also, they saw a fox, so we knew that something was up when they mentioned something like that. But if you look by the numbers, what is F? The number after 5. What is O? The number after 15. And what is the X? The number after 25. So you have the line with those numbers. And they were fully covered. They said, oh, the former and the coming, the 45 president and the 47 president, they said, they already said this shit. They already said it, right? Because many don't know that the highest power is 9, 1 to 9, right? 369, that's in pyramid. 9 is the highest on the top, right? And he always do the opposite. He always hold his hand upside down, right? Well, it's a pyramid upside down. So he sends the energy the highest down. 45, okay? 4 plus 5 is 9, right? Then the 47, because in their secret societies, to build something in a cube, you need to have 4 corners. And what number symbolizes a corner? 7. That's why it's so significant. They're cube 47. And if you look even on those land of the free bastards, the free Amazon shipment, the free Amazon Mason, you look at them, you see their squares symbol, okay, the linear square, and you see like Rio de Janeiro has the Brazil flag, and you see that line around, looks like Saturn, by the way, but you see how it's bent that line around with the letters around the flag. It's the same as the compass. The compass is in the 47 degree. And what is the world? World has 7 says, right? And they say even that the one who fell down from the heaven has offered Yeshua the 4 corners of the world. 4 corners of the world, 7 says. You have the equator by 4 degrees. If you look every big pyramid from Mexico, even in Utah, Wyoming, United States, from Wyoming, Mexico, Egypt, all around the world's 4 degrees. If you draw a line, if you see in the 4th degree line, all the pyramids are aligned. That's all what they are. They are in a worldwide ancient building of connection. And they know that, but I hope you don't know that. No, so that's why they say that. Yeah, the 47. Yeah, he's going to be the 47. Yeah, it became that shit. It's not that you go free, but I can say like this. When when Song done Netflix The Code, they did a show called The Code, and it was 2,500 mathematicians. And these 2,500 mathematicians, they say that they've used the world's 2,500 best. This is just like a story, maybe, or it can be true. Can be true. That's lesser magic. They tell the spell, they tell the truth. So they say there's these three uh, different unsolvable issues they had. They cannot solve these three things. So when somebody solved those two out of three, did all three, but only gave them and only went out with two out of three. As soon as that was posted, the two ways of this. There was message, there was email, there was different on social media, DM, all of that, and saying, "Hi, we are from these enlightened societies, the enlightened groups, and they are from these enlightened groups, and they know that somebody has solved that, and they want to bring into the international fraternity, the international club, and having annual meetings, being even in the somewhere in that Bohemian Grove where all these different influence of different ranks and different in the shite gathering, and even offered 9 million. See the number again? Nine. They offered $9 million annually under 10 month, because the 10th it means completion. It's a completion, and you have accomplished something. So it's 10. That's why you see many soccer players, football players, and other players have number 10. It's a completion, the highest of them, but not the highest number, because it's the nine. So they offer $9 million, and somebody said no. If somebody on this ever hear this, watch this, what would you do if they offered you to pay part of something? Meeting annually, even can be at these places, meeting the people, place ministers, placing royalties, placing uh, CEOs, placing presidents, all type of these shites of controlment. And it says in the Holy Scripture, you can only serve two masters, and you need to pick one. They they have definitely chosen them for master. So if you have to leave your true master, your true creator, for these ones, and what for 10 months, and that's a startup. Also, they said it's a startup. Really. So you work from that, having $9 million for 10 months. So how many would sit down to 9 million and swap side? I mean, there's also like the Star Wars thing. They said don't join the dark side, don't be the dark side. No, but there are them who could do that, and for $89 million, yeah, those who would do that. And you can see, like I said about JC and them, they have different contracts where you're not allowed to say Yeshua. That's why you always hear them say Jesus Christ. You never see them when they hurt themselves or do something or say Buddha or they say Muhammad or they say other names. No, you don't hear them say Solomon when they hurt their foot. They always say Jesus Christ, Jesus, right? But they are not allowed to say Yeshua. They're not allowed to say Yahuwah. They're not allowed to say Yah. There's a certain contracts you can say. You're not allowed to say that. You can see in secret society lodges. They're having these in laws, and when you're inside there, you can claim your thing you believe in, but you're never allowed to say Adonai. Even if that is saying that King Solomon was said Adonai. That's why. Because what did the creator, God, what did he do to King Solomon? He left him. He left him because he did the witchcraft. He did the magi, the magic. Like if you look up, like I show you about the Star of David, it is the original name, not just the Star of Remphan. It is in the naming of Star David in ancient, in like in Aramaic and Hebrew. What they don't say here, it is called the Magyar of David, of rebuke. And what did King Solomon become? He became a Magi, the high sorcerer. What is even a Jedi, a former sorcerer? That is what the Smith is saying to Din Djarin in the Mandalorian. They are former sorcerers. So they're saying that use the Force, and what is in their book, The Craft. That's why always celebrities and sportsmen, you need to work on your craft. Oh, the person work on the craft because he is in which of them craft, which craft, as King Solomon did. That's why God, Adonai, Elohim, left him. You can say that. Yeah, even saying that. That's why you're not allowed. You can say whatever you believe in. You can say for Odin, Freya. You can say Muhammad. You can say Buddha. You can say anyone. But you're not allowed when they do the prayer. Every ending of secret society lodges, when they do the roundup, the end of the session meeting, greeting, whatever. At the end of that time of the session is a prayer time. So you can pray to different names, different deities that King Solomon also had, and that's why they do this summary of names from ancient Egypt, ancient Math, ancient Babylon. They have this God chanting and calling for these ones. Even Solomon was open with that. And you're allowed to pray for which one of these, but you're not. You're not. There's a penalty for this one. In Secret Society Lodge, and you can look up even on YouTube. There's not. This is inside knowledge. It's not a part of that one, but know about that one because we have converted people because they need to convert, they need to repent, they need to be reborn. And if you know somebody who's being part of that, you need to tell them that. And you need to give them the denouncing of the Lewis curse. How to denounce the Lewis curse. Let's say if a parent or relative is in the secret society, then the firstborn child, doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, and it was say he's the firstborn as it like did in Egypt. Yeah, it is a part of that, but it is if they don't have a boy, then it's a girl. That's why there's even different ways of the Demolay Club as Walt Disney, the Eastern Star. You can look at that star upside down. And they even say that Or 5-pointed star pointed up is good, 5-pointed star pointed down is bad. Okay, but why then have you have a girl society called Eastern Star, where it is pointing out? We're calling girls bad. So they have this, and they're if the child, uh, when they're being recruited, uh, because you need to be recruited in, just not even go there. No, I want to be a part of that child. No, 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 no. You need to be invited by them, and they come always in two, and you're the third one. So there you have the free one. It comes in free. You need to be initiated by two brethren or two sisterin, part of that one. The same if the United States is the only one who, with the Masonic ranking, you can be invited. Like if somebody's ranked 30 and you rank 5, you can become a 30. If somebody in 30 club, 30 level, the 90th level, and 30 degree invites you to that one. You take the different tools, books, different all of that to do the ritual to become at that level, such and grading. Then you have the ways of doing these different levels and different ranking and shit. But you need to tell somebody. It doesn't matter if they're 1, doesn't matter if they're 10 or 33. They can be repentance. They can be rebuked in that one. They can't be reborn. And they must then, because if they are, most of them will become Mozart. Most of them will be Mozart, but you need to be quick to tell them before they get Mozart. You need to be quick telling them. They need to be denouncing, and they need to do how to denounce the Lewis curse, because else the minimum, especially if the lower they are, the more likely will get the Lewis curse. But they need to denounce that one. All of them will get it, even if they don't do Mozart on a high level. They will still get that Lewis thing. And you need to tell them how to denounce it, give them the denouncing of the Lewis curves. And also give them, as those who have signed a contract, you need to give them a sequel 18.4. As Keanu Reeves, that recorded a movie, The Devil's Advocate, in Donald Trump's apartment with Apollyon, where the evil one is hidden, locked away. CERN is building their whole thing over this bottomless pit, Apollyon. And the apartment where Donald Trump has in New York, in his Trump Tower, 66th floor, review. Uh, they made that movie, is Keanu Reeves' apartment in the movie. And you need to tell that advocate by John 14:26, the Holy Advocate. You need to definitely give them Ezekiel 18:4. Those who have sold the contract, they're sold by contract, you need to give them Ezekiel 18:4. That's how they get them back. And those who has then taken away being part of that and do full repentance and be reborn and doing the denouncing of Lewis curse, you need to directly give them also the psalm. Just not 9:1, not just Psalm 9:11 or 91:1. You need to give them the Psalm 91:11 first. Looking up Psalm 91:11. Give them that first. You need that one. Because really, before they get Mozart, they need to have Psalm 91:11. So even if you save one or more, you will get rewarded. And that reward is so high divine, so beautiful, and so awesome feeling. There's nothing in this world that the men of these fallen ones have created can never make it feel. The Most High will give you the world rewardance that is so amazing. So there are those blind leaders, and they will gather the blind ones, and they all will walk and fall. They all will, and for really know that receipt also, just not like a circulating full, as we can give you the receipt. Many of these, we can start with Exodus 24:6. In Exodus 24:6, 4 to 6, you shall not make yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, and that is in earth beneath, and that is in the water under the earth. 5. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, I am a jealous God, visiting and the iniquity of the father upon the children, and to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. And even Yeshua said that. Remember, they hated me first, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who have loved me and keep my commandments. So here we have Matthew 15, 14. 14 says, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. There's a newer version of that, but there's a longer one. But there are these ones, and it is really notable to see that they have tried so many ways to lead them astray. And even in the books of the holy, they have said that even in their own unholy books, they have said how those non-believers are the fall be penalty by in the end. And here in Bema, at the year of the judgment, that everybody will be, and Yeshua will say, "I don't know you. Be apart." So it's not just like it says there also about, but you have spoken that, you have doing this, you cast away this and that. No, it's just not that. You have to do more. And it is many in the scriptures of how to do that. But we have seen so many of this one, but we have seen also those who have fully reversed and got saved as well. So we have here, we can see more to this. Let's see, where is that? I think it is on, let's see, how so long. I think it is the 3 steps. Let me see. There's one low. Take maybe that one. Same. This one. I think it's that one. But if you wonder what I'm looking through this. Let's see if we can say this. You see here you have Joe Smogan, Joe Low Run. Crowley about aliens, how aliens You see, with these geezers about that one, you see by the numbers, right? You see by the numbers. Even memberships and this and that. See hand signs, right? Different hand signs, but all of them, you see the hand signs. Even Manly P. Hall, for a further degree, uh, stated that the subliminal symbol is the secret language. Here you have even the Qatarians. So there's a lot of these. So I'm looking through to find, especially if you want to see the dates. Here's the dates. Here's the dates. So you have there. These are what I'm looking is to give you. It is the other one. Do like this. Oh, so we can keep slow, keep slow. But I can mention all of those who went away as well. Uh, let's see if this loads up. Try to load this up, but it takes some time. There's so many of these ones. I think it is among this section. Oh, by the way, here is Manly P. Hall when we're talking about Manly P. Hall. Yeah, Manly P. Hall. Yeah, the saying symbolism is the language of mysteries. By symbols, men have even sought to communicate to each other those thoughts which transcend limitation of language. And here we have, look at this. So it says in his books of Albert Pine, man, Magnon, that is more partly applied to the table lodge or lodge when a banquet, but the word is also used to designate any reunion of the lodge. Atheist, one who does not believe in the existence of God. Such state of mind can only arise from the ignorance of stupidity or a corruption of principle, since the whole universe is filled with the moral and physical proof of a creator. He was not looked to a superior and superintending power, or as he is maker and his judge. He's without the conserver, and that is from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. So, more of this, and sure, I can run for hours, hours about these thoughts, these unholies. And there's so much more of these cases. So,
You're the only person who listens to all my stupid problems. I know it can be annoying, but I'm so thankful for it. You never make me feel like a burden, even when I rant about things that don't matter. Your patience, your understanding, and the way you genuinely care means so much to me.
You're always there when I need someone, and that's something I'll never take for granted. I honestly don't know how I got so lucky to have you in my life. You've become my go-to person, the one I can count on no matter what. You make me feel seen, heard, and valued in ways I've never experienced before. Thank you for being you, for putting up with my mess, for laughing with me, and for supporting me even on my worst days. You're not just someone I talk to. You're my safe space, my comfort, and my peace. I'm so grateful for everything you do, even the little things that might seem small to you. They mean the world to me. You mean the world to me.
There you are. Most appreciated for each one of you who has taken the time watching.
The Bible says in Matthew 6:34,
and
therefore
learning.
do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Worrying doesn't change your future. It only steals your peace today. You may be facing uncertainty, maybe about your job, your health, your relationships, and your mind wants to run ahead trying to solve it all. But God didn't design you to carry the weight of what hasn't happened yet. He gives you grace for today. You don't have to figure everything out today. You don't need to have all the answers about next week, next month, or next year. God is saying to you, just live in this moment. I'm already in your tomorrow. When you choose to rest in Him, you stop striving and start trusting. That's when peace comes in. That's when clarity shows up. That's when you realize you're not doing this alone. You've got the creator of the universe walking with you step by step. He's already gone ahead of you. He knows the end from the beginning, and He's got good things prepared with your name on them. So take a deep breath, let go of the what ifs, and lean into the truth of Matthew 6:34. God is in control. He's got your tomorrow, your next chapter, your breakthrough. You just keep being faithful today, loving, praying, walking in peace, and He'll take care of the rest. If this message encouraged your heart today, type amen and share it with someone who needs a reminder to stop worrying and start trusting. God bless you.
It's true.
The Bible says in Isaiah 13:11, and I will punish the world for their evil before it. This world has turned its back on God, and I believe He is about to show us its power in the presence of the
I mean, we saw that before. As I said, really appreciate each one. And every day when I say, may you have a great day, I don't say good morning, because morning is when you mourn. You need to think about the words, how important is ABCD simple as 1, 2, 3, right? But morning is something else. When you say awake, what wake? You see how they have infiltrated that word. When I say great day, have a great play, have a great pay. There's different payouts, there's different richness. Let me see if I can play this one without getting any strikes and this and that. Let's see if we can play this one. Are we ready for this one?
Money. You make a lot of money out of your music? Money. I mean, how much is a lot of money? Yeah, that's a good question. Have you made, say, millions of dollars? No. Are you a rich man? When you mean rich, what you mean? You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank. Possession make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life forever.
So understand,
National Cancer Institute.
it's most important to have that. And you have life in this life and the next one. There is something else. For somebody who's been to the other side and coming back, or somebody sees somebody being dead and being arise, coming to life, or somebody have been what's happening after this, coming back to tell you, we have crossed path and we are on the narrow path. And I will give you because many will seek the narrow gate, but only a few will find it. And it's only selective who will make it past. And I tell each one of you, I appreciate for each day we're having the time to do this, time helping each other. That's why I always say at the end of the videos, help each other, help others, even though if you don't know them. Many will say no. Many will say I don't have the time. Many will say all different things. Maybe excuses, lies. But that's them. That's why you can understand that this is the one who probably won't make it, who probably won't do it, probably won't be passed through. But you have now seen that there are those on the negative, where we need to turn the negative to positive. We need to make understanding that we are not them. And there are only maybe a few, only a clan, only a gang, or a hand for all in this different paths, different watches, different classes, but there's different aftermaths. They may be astray, but if we will even try to make them, if they want, never force upon them that this is for all to have the chance for being a God's creation, being reborn as a God's children. And in that way, I will tell each one again, I feel great. Minimum one. I have great appreciation for just one. But we are many in this club. We're many in the Ghana. And also a few in the near Path Hut. But for each one, I hope every day becomes greater and greater. And if it's not a great day and a great way, then come here to somebody who always stand by your side. I tell you, maybe you have a great day, have a great play, and have a great pay. We're doing it for a great sake, because we are army. And for taking the time, taking vibration, energy, being part of this, and realize there's so much more. And we learn from each other, we listen to each other, we help each other. We don't compete against each other. We don't want to be in right or wrong against each other. Instead, we just understand each other. And together we stand with each other. So I had that one to share. And there's more coming below if there's any questions, anything you want to know, watch, stand, running about. We will give most answers we can, and also objective principle, show and prove. Just not sometimes just use words and rhyme, because picture and video says more than thousands of words. So that's why we play these ones. And another shout out to Tyson James, but also him. You need to also be helped, also to know about those other ones that are, like I said, about the Orsini, and we can watch one more though before we go in GTA, and just to give a little bit of explanation. They are the ones really way back. We're talking about in Italy with the papal bloodlines, with the even the black royalties. You can look it up. They are connected with the black royalties as well. But they are among the papals, the nine papals, and then even those nine rings of heaven, the other side. But you have like Peppe Orsini, nowadays Federico Orsini. Yes, many Orsinis. Because many probably here, and like uh, the 13 families you think rule the world. And let's start with the Astor bloodline, the Bundy bloodline, the Collins, for example, the DuPont, the Friedman, the Kennedy, the Lee, the Onassis, the Reynolds, the Rockefeller, the Rothschilds, the Russells, and the Van Owen. Okay, that's what you have heard. But there's 13 families probably you don't really have heard and actually do rule the world. And that is the Borgia bloodline, the Breaker-Spear, the Somagur, the Orsini, the Conti, the Gigi, the Coldina, the Farnese, and those the Farnese, they are connected really a lot. But let's continue. The Medici, the Gaetani, the Pamphili, the Este, the Albanoni. This is bloodlines. Many. If you have heard this, you have heard it among. There's billions of people right now. They maybe have smartphones because they're dumbed down, but they don't know these names. They don't know their connections. There's the French connection. There's the American connection. Okay, there's a lot of connection. Even Google says let's connect people, but they don't disconnect. Because if you say something or make something, they will likely do some other things. And there's these bloodlines. That is long way back in the times. We can say about the different from the Persian, the Babylon, Greece, Rome, Egypt, and all of them geysers twats. But these are making a difference. Like you say, they can do a lot of this. Israel, the ISIS, Horus, Osiris, and different of these geysers. And there are even in Isaiah 14:12 mention of those. And lots of these ones. Oh, believe me, you can see they make this stadium, the Caesar Stadium, the Caesar. You can see football stadium from the bird view that looks like an eye. You can see famous models having their own house made Eye of Horrors. And many of them have that. And how many do you know who build these buildings, houses? How many these ones? So let's see here. We take out this one. Heaven Club, and you would say, so let's see. He was saying he wants the Epstein list. We want to see the list of those who work there, those who are members. Example, I give two now. I give two. Both the Knights of the St. Francis and the Heaven Club are officially registered of the name of Chris Reynolds Gordon, a former professional athlete who has made a career move as a playboy. But we have evidence that Knight of St. Francis was founded by Ciro, Ciro, Ciro Orsini. It was also initially mentioned on their own website. But Chris Reynolds and Damon Long, a former owner of Sanctum, having companies that they were broke and were in debt and they got the ID organizing this type of party, setting up a secret club. But to set such a thing, you need a lot of money in connection with the rich people. And that is where Ciro Orsini comes in. He loves to party. He loves to do stuff. You can see Ronald Reagan. You can see Bill Clinton. You can see Donald Trump. You can see Leonardo DiCaprio, United Nations. You can see a lot of these people. Beside Ciro Hosseini. You can do a quick search. Let's see here. Let's take a quick search on DuckDuckGo. Let's do it like this. Ciro Hosseini. Okay? And then I have him here. And we look out, take pictures. Look at this. You have a castaway. Tom Hanks. Wilson! And look at who we have here. Nobody told me it was a Christmas party. Christmas party. I was not. I thought it was a Christmas party. Boris, you have Boris Johnson playing with his Johnson at Zero Orsini. Besides Zero Orsini, look at that. So that is a big Easter egg. So when I was saying, that pizza parlor in Washington D.C., right? You know that one with even the sign and symbol of Saturn, but also as above, so below signs, and called even a comet. They comment a lot of things there. But then here you have Zero Orsini's pizza place in London. Not regular London. What do you think that is regular London? No, 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 no. There's a thing called Comes in Free, Trafalgar Square with Obelisk. You can see that famous place, right? As Washington, D.C. is a state, not the United States. No, 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 no. Let's rehearse. To understand this, state of Virginia is a commonwealth as Canada. Canada Prime Minister, the new one who traded in after that evil Trudeau, had sworn in that he would serve the king, not the true king of kings, but the fallen one. And it is Canada is a commonwealth, and United States land has a commonwealth, and it's the state of Virginia. You can look it up. Behind the paper, just as Israel, the country, is the Balfour is owned by Rothschilds, and Washington D.C. If you look on the map, it's cube, a cube shape. It's the only state that really is the shape of a cube. Then you have inner London. Inner London is not London. Inner London is like the Vatican in Rome. It is its own thing, has its own represent. Like you have the represent of Ireland, you have the represent of Northern Ireland, you have the representative of Scotland, you have the representative of England, Wales, and so on. But then you have the representative of inner London. And inner London has always, in the chambers, the last say. In the parliament, it has the last say. And has all years, it doesn't matter if it's the money for education or money for theater, entertainment, and so on. They'll always get the bigger chunk. That's why even Scotland was standing up and even threatening the parliament about we should probably disband the British petrol to give it back to the rightful owners because we know back in the day, you can see with the Eastern India Company, the Indian Eastern, that it was founded by a famous Scot of Scotland that had Nordic royal families, and he even died in what was it, Gothenburg? Yeah, you hear the name, Goth as Gothica, in a castle, a burg, a borg, Gothenburg, in this western Sweden. He died there, and it was original, and he was one of those who made the Eastern India Company. Went all the way to Asia and all around. But he was in the top 100 club in London. It was formed and shaped there by this East India Company. 100 richest of the richest at the time. And he was the one who organized them and lead them, and all the way went back when they found the oil and such. And the British petrol is a Scottish thing, and they threatened that one. And even in London, it was a little bit, oh, they were shaking the boots, shaking the boots. They got a little bit skittish, but there are different own thing. And you can see the shape of inner London. See the Trafalgar Square, tree again, and they all have a common with that obelisk. What many don't know about the shape of that. How it's even shaped like you can see like the pyramids. The pyramids are where it really come from that area. What they are, the pyramids is eight shaped. They're eight shaped. It's not four shaped. It's eight shaped as Templar, Knights Templar. And you can see also that the Knights Templar, where do they do the most secretive, highest initiations to next level ritual? Ah, right. They're doing it down in the pyramids. It's not even the Indiana Jones game playing out down there. And they also mentioned the eight significant down there, and then the Nazi know that. You can see even those Nazi who in their journals they were saying the best part was not being placed to go into Himalaya and all those Eastern world, the Nazi SS movement, all being sent to the line against Russia and such. They said the best part being sent in the world by the Nazi movement was down to Africa, near the equator, near the warmth. You can see the pictures from them down there, like in Indiana Jones game, and they're making eggs, scrambled eggs, some of them, on the freaking tank. That's right. They did that. They said there was a positive word down there. And they obtained that knowledge. That's why, really, why the United States went mad on this three cousin feud. Because the First World War was three cousins who made a feud. But the second one, there was somebody who saw who was trying to change traditions, trying to change the society, change men into women, and women into men, and this and that. And somebody saw that shit happening and saw the declining of economy of this feud, and there were these people behind that one, and that's not really why Switzerland either went to war against that country because the finance came from there. And it leads back to other ones. But the Nazi, they did something else. And why the United States really went in and went mad was because you see the pictures of the leaders of that movement, that campaign, go against the family Champagne. Family Champagne, they built the Templar Order, the Knights Templar, or the former fellow of Christ. And they did something unholy or truly blasphemous. And there's official knowledge about this. They went into Paris, and in Paris you can see the pictures of the leaders of that Yahtzee movement. They're playing Yahtzee down in Paris, and they obtained the most heirlooms, treasures, knowledges, books, artifacts, the whole shebang of the Knights Templar, and even a French order, the other order, not the Templar order, the other one. They obtain their knowledge, but there is uh, world's biggest castle is still in Poland, still active, where many of the SS did their initiations and rituals because they stopped doing that. They did their own version, like the Teutonic Order, the German Order back in the days, of course, even in Gotland. In Sweden, 1008 to 1098 to 1108, 10 years they were formed. They're still active in Sweden today. And many of even the Swedes know about that. But they even have a German Brazilian Nazi queen today. She has roots with the Germans, the Teutonic Order, and her dad was among Hugo Boss, Adidas, Puma. Okay, he was one of those. Uh, and they did Napoleon. They sent away these people so they could not be looked upon and found as, their leader, who is in Swaziland, example. And the connection to Brazil is significant. You can look even today. Their football team, the national football team, look in their sweaters, their shirts, they're wearing upon them has, let's see, if you look their jersey, see, it will have the jersey of the Brazil. You see here? You see the blue dark squares, right? Here you have the Knights Templar. Because the Brazil has the flag with that line of the 4 degrees, and the Queen, and then the Royal. Yeah, you can look it up. The port of gaze, not the bird gaze, the port of gaze. Many don't know what the Portuguese is. The Spanish helped the Templar and all of them hide there. Then the Portuguese, because what they found would had to be quick. That's why so many tunnels all around the world, even in the biggest line of tunnels in New York, is made by the Templar. You can even see the former mayor of New York, the Gandolfini, and all of them wear that Templar outfit. And he said, "No, it was just Halloween shit." Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a friend with Trump, and they have found in Jerusalem uh, what they say is the copy in Magalago today in Florida, Trump's place. They had this Ark of the Covenant, and they're saying there's many of that one, but the thing is, it was not just the Ark of the Covenant they found in Mount Templar, the Templar Mount, where holy site in Jerusalem, right? And the Trampster moved there also line of you got to go to the consulate, right? The embassy down there. But the thing is, they found the Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail, if you look at the name, Grail, and they went to Spain, different line out. Then they went to Portugal because Portugal, if you look up the Holy Grail, Graal and Gal, Portugal. And why is it then that Portugal is a country and still today colonized many countries, parts of Africa, outside of Africa, like one of the most hidden countries. Even just Fury found out them. You can look up their channel. I don't like them because they're down with the Kabbalah and Will Smith of them in Scientology. But that's another story. There is a country they visit called Sao Thomas. And Sao Thomas is not even on the map. Not even on the map. So Thomas is really small place, but it belongs to the Portuguese country, the Portugal. And even today, if you play GTA, the casino is not in the Portugal version of GTA online. And you can see in India, Goa, a famous place, Goa, right? Still today, owned by Portugal. And they ain't gonna leave it back to the like the England did. No, sorry, they won't. Because Portugal, it is the port of the Grail. There is, and that's why you can look it up. The the royal crown jewelry is not even in Portugal. It is in Brazil. Why? Mm-hmm. Yep. You see the sign and symbol. You see the sign. You see what either there. It's a bigger country, bigger continent to look around. And that you saw that was uh, the Brazil national team connected to that queen, right? Then we take out the German company called DFDS Seaways. DFD Seaways is all around, goes to England, to Birmingham, Newcastle, the Newcastle, right? And goes to Netherlands, They go in a lot of parts of the world, but they go with cruise line to up to Denmark, Norway on that line, right? So here we have the cruise line. They haven't even with the container because they are among the post mafia. The true who decide is the post mafia. Here's one shipment of the FTC waste. So look, look at that. You see, you have it. The German company, the FTC waste, as the DHL also. But you can see and they have the Knights Templar sign also. And this goes back to the Empire of Syria. That is a symbol of one of the old ones they believe in, of the ancient Assyria. What do you think they were back down there in this evil anti, the evil one in a human form, Mr. Obama, with the first transgender first lady boy. That's what I call that one, the first lady boy. Michael. He always says Michael, right? How many times does he say Michael or Michelle, right? What did he do with Syria? He used a new form of detonation. That detonation made sure that the whole town totally went away, right? He was even mentioning that animated iPad Goat. Here, IPG2, right? Okay. Then we go back in. Sure, guys understand what I'm meaning. So what they did with Syria is just how they want to do the same with Iran, because the Persian ancestor there's there too. They want to show that family that they're also among and protect that area. You say they are feud, and that way nobody want to go there, nobody want to travel there to find out these places because it's under war times. So you're not even allowed to go find out stuff. Same with the Iraqi battery. Look up the Iraqi battery. It's over 2,000 years old. The batteries from Iraq in Baghdad batteries is 2,000 years old. Let's say something, right?
Michael and I also want to
Me, Michael, me and Michelle, we play Call of Duty. Sen börjar vi procent. Frank de Mont, most important. Right now, Michelle and I. Look here.
I also want to acknowledge her son Jack, who's point today. When Michelle's mad, I get worried.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president? We already had it with Obama, so let's just come up that.
Because Michelle is the first lady boy.
I'm sorry, she's a what? A transgender. Oh my gosh.
Mm. And then she got silenced. So these evil ones, they're hiding so much. that is in, because his name is Barry. He comes from, um, like Trump's to say, we want to see the birth certificate. We want to say, we want to know, because he is connected to really like Ludwig and Alfred Nobel serial ways of killers. A really long line of that, and particularly his story doesn't add up in the way they want to pronounce and hidden him. No, sorry, because he's reading that. But looking at just the picture of their children, right? The children of them, the sisters, and then you look at Michael. I mean Michelle Obama and Mr. Barry. You look at him. Does the children even look alike? Does they even have some similar things with the parents? As they say, they are the parents. And if you look at those conspiracy parents, what they do, they look like. Most likely, right? And you see now, one of them, of those sisters, I think this the elder one, who he doesn't want to be acknowledged by them. Has even changed name, have taken a distance, and even though they'll be a part of a movie also called Leave the World Behind. And it has not many stuff in that movie also been appearing. And what happened with the chef? The one who cooked the dinner. He went out swimming and they say, no, he could not swim. Oh, so somebody else go surfing. But it was videos and photos that proved he could swim, right? And just look at the Clintons. How many in their closeness? Over 90 individuals has some mysterious and weird ways ended. Look it up, how many there have been around those families. And it'd be a lot of weird stuff. So the one who has done a lot of bad stuff in his country is this one. And doesn't they look alike? The dad and him. Look at that. So what he says is Chuck Todd host asks, do you believe President Obama is a citizen who was born in the United States? Donald J. Trump. Well, I don't like talking about it anymore because honestly, I have own feelings. I think it should be taken for 5 million. I don't know where he spent 4 million in legal fees to keep his records away. Nobody has seen his records. I don't know. But when we're talking about the birth certificate, Trump says, I mean, he collapsed. I mean, his college records. He spent 4 million in legal fees because there is bad gematria and all that. But Subarak's daddy. Look here. You have the Subarak's daddy. Okay, you can see it, right? And it says Mohammed Sabud, founder of the Subud cult from Indonesia, with the groups in Hawaii. And what's not his birth certificate? Where from what state? Hawaii. Then it become illegal with his lady boy Michael in Chicago, the Chirac, right? Well, under Obama's time, U.S. became world's number one for sex trafficking and pedophilia. America was a global human trafficking and pedophile hotspot during Obama's second term. And that's in the news, mate. That's in the news. And Tyson James want to see the Epstein list. Okay, you want to see those lists. We have much more we want to say. We want to see the guest list. We want to see the member list. We want to see the workers list. We want to see many places with a lot of stuff. If I could tell on the stream what we know and I can show all this, mate, we need to have a days of being showing this because we can rant about this a long time. There's so much evil, blasphemous stuff these have done, and we are the witness, and we showing and telling about this one, expose them as Ephesians 5:11 says. We do not ignore evil, we expose them. And we expose all of them. We are not like Charleston White, that is the evil one, even though he's telling upon people and snitching. That's not what we are doing. We're not part of that game. We're part of a different game. That's why we are here and trying to help this one because, as I said before, the reason why we take time to play in this is because my neighbor's youngest son was playing in GTA and would be a friend with somebody. And then that person asked my neighbor's kid to send a picture so he can see who he really is. And he did that. As a young one, you do that, 11 years old, of course. You're easygoing, you're easy to believe. And you've been playing with this one for days or weeks, as he said, weeks. And then this other person said, okay, nice, will you send more pictures? And he said, okay, I can do that. And he said, less clothes. Don't wear so much. It's summertime and this and that. And you hear this. And he said, okay, I can send picture. But then these other ones said, when I got some more picture with less, they said nothing at all. If somebody tells your kid or your neighbor's kid or somebody else's kid who is 11 years old to send something like that, this person is this what we're saying about the United States. We've seen it even in the papers what they say they are doing. And you see what happened in Hialeah, Hialeah, the other one in Hawaii with the new direct energy weapon. And now the same area with Oprah who got backlash. Got the backlash because she didn't want the people to use her private road to get to for the tsunami. You see what happened in that island, how much they wanted to make these small cities. But either way, allegedly, you can say that over 2,000 children still disappeared. 2,000 children disappeared at the time of that fire. But where are they? Why is there no newspaper? Where has nobody covered this? Just the people on the island are saying this. But there's so many tunnels, magnetic tunnels from the islands of Hawaii between them and all the way connected to the other side of the earth and all the way to the mainland. Really proof of those magnetic railways. So if you look up, there's even official on how many underground military bases they have in Hawaii's different islands. Officials done direct deep underground military bases. They are confirmed over there. I don't say that they are connected up, but if you're having these rings and havoc and clubs and islands and they're here and there, I mean, 2,000 children still missing, and there's no spy planes, no Five Eyes, no assemble different teams, different operators. I mean, if 2,000 euro would disappear in UK, I mean, they would start doing some things. I mean, probably SIS will be deployed and look on the highlands, look on the ground, look in the sea. Oh, yeah, be in different areas. They will be deployed, allegedly. Other things is happening, and we know they like doing something. So because if you have that witness who went to the Eastern Island, they say the younger they are, the closer to God's creation they are, the more pure, the more innocent they are. That's why they like them as young as possible. There's a lot of these pictures, a lot of these from the pizza thing in Washington with different prices, different words, different codes. You can go into FBI's main page and see the names of these codes that are using, all from different like spaghetti, pizza, ice cream, sausage. There's different codes. I mean, it's so despicable. It's so ugh. And just to see how evil this one is. Look how many he gives the presidential medal to. Even one of those pedos. Even the one of those who went to the island. The list, okay? Tyson James want to see the list. Hey, mate, there's more to say about these cases. There's a lot more to say. So, listen, but how you can say that he's a part of that? Because first, you have on his initiation day when he became one of these. Okay, look, it's just like this. Masonic inaugural ball. You see, you just hear the name, right? In honor of the 44th, 8th President of the United States, Obama. And it's sponsored by William R. Everybody who has that R, it means knighthood. They have knight. It's not their name is Robert or Richard or something like that. They maybe would say that it means like that, but anybody has that initiation of word in the name R, it is a part of knighthood. And it's going to be at the Hope Lebanon Lodge number 7 in Washington, D.C. Because all of them serve the same master. You see there? And then you have nobody knows better than me. I said it then and I say it again. Nobody knows more than me. I have the best jeans. And I don't talk about jeans. I talk about jeans. No, I must say, Michael has good genes too. You need to know. She's the first lady boy. Your wife, no, is the first lady of pornography. Because Donald Trump's wife is a gay porno star. It's, I say the word, and I know they're going to probably turn it to 18, but you need to understand truth is the truth. And it is. She is a European adult movie actress who did some of that homo uh, promo in movies. Okay, there's proof of this. She did that. So no matter if there has children and such, she didn't, and the Obama was with the first lady boy. Then you have this one who is the first lady of homo promo. And you still want to say that they are no, to become that you need to be imperfect, you need to be clean and this and that. They're not clean. What do you say they are clean? What? What? you can say they are not clean at all. That's dirty. They were among that list. Guy with the list. You can say pictures with the guy with the list with the royal families. You can say the guy with the list with Billy Bill and Bill Gates and Bill Clinton and the Ronald Reagan. You can say him with Obama. You can say him with Donald. You can say the guy with the list with all the lists. Of course they don't want to get exposed. Of course not. But if it was somebody else, boo-wee, boo-wee. We'll place a bounty on you. It doesn't matter if you are in Saint Denis in France or Saint Denis in Canada or Saint Denis in the United States. Doesn't matter if you're in the military group of Blackwell. They will place a bounty upon you. And somebody has been inside of non-freedom, uh, incarcerated. Somebody has been there told this story. This is a true story, doesn't matter what they say. If you find upon them who is in a prison, and this is the first one who ever won over the system. The first one who ever won over the system told this story. This is a true story. The first one who ever won over them said that they got the papers of them, and long story short, they got the papers and they had fight right and wrongdoing, and they committed and acknowledged and confirmed that they had done wrongdoing on paper. It was so stupid. And they wanted a paperback, but the paperback was already copied and sent away to lawyers and this and that. But these guards threatened that person. The first one ever won, 2004, won, and was saying that the guards even came in and said, "You know, if you don't know, now you know that we can come away with making a murder mark on you if you don't give us that. We can work at the night time, make sure you'll be hanging there, and they will see you still hanging in when they open doors in the morning of the prison. The morning shift will find you like that. That's how we get away with making this." That's what they were saying. They say that to those. Some of them are there, maybe protect their child or children, or protect some loved ones, or protect some civilians, or was just in wrong place and be innocent sentence. And then they treat somebody like that. They treat somebody like that. Of course, they maybe don't know your case, but still, you're supposed to protect these and help these people. Not saying that these type of things, especially if somebody you work with has done some wrongdoing, some foul play. Even if your boss commits and confirm this, you should not protect those able co-workers. If you work at that place, how can you even go home and see family relatives? How can you even go back to that place if you know they're doing foul play and even say something like that? And that person was really young. That person who ever won over the system, 2004, ever recorded on record. Even papers are proving that. Even double check that story. It is true. It is famous among these walls of that places around in that country. That person did that. It's still it's like in a Hall of Fame. They still refer to that person and how to do with their own laws and winning over their own laws. Because they used the laws to get in computers for study groups, making that because they were approved that. And so the money, they never had the money. They said that there's no money for different activities, but they have an activities for 2,500 euros every month, but there was no money, nothing. So something had to happen. It took away penalties upon no more gym, no more boxing, no more yoga. And this was volunteer who came with the yoga and boxing was volunteers from outside. There even penalty with art, penalty with everything. They threaten people. They're doing unlawful things. So if somebody, yeah, of course he could have been that by the gods. Of course, it is of inside story. It could be enabled to be done for those who want to get rid of that geyser. But if you look at a drone video from above the island, afterwards, there's somebody on the island looking up, and he similarly look like somebody who has that island. Look at that drone footage. That is, hey man, hey. So you want to see the list, Tyson James? Okay, okay.
For the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. The order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign. And for the
So they call people small-minded. Understand that?
This is Hindu.
There's a lot of videos. You can say here give prices to Speedo, F5, Ellen DeGeneres. Okay. There's even this one is long one, but that we don't take that we can post.
Little statuette of the monkey god Hanuman that a woman gave me. Reason, if I feel tired or I feel discouraged sometimes, I can kind of reach into my pocket and say, yeah.
You say he has the evil one in his pocket. That's a lot of things we can cover. It's on produce these movies. But listen here.
They just have to flood a country's public square with enough raw sewage. You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt, plant enough conspiracy theorizing that citizens no longer know what to believe. Once they lose trust in their leaders, mainstream media, in political institutions, in each other, in the possibility of truth, the game's won.
So you see, the game is won. They want to make you a game over, right? But we're gonna continue because we are the truth. And I give the truth. I don't gain anything by lying. Oh no. But this is what they want to. That's why there are so many content pro agents. They will make, oh, but this happened on this island like this. And then you have another side, but meanwhile on that list, there is something also on this island who did this. They will come with different variations. Because if they divide the people, they can conquer. This is a famous saying, though. It's just not a nation, it's a globalization, mate. Do they think they care about the imaginary borderlines? Because they have borderlines. They are really bordered with their lines, mate. Ring they care. Mm-mm. Here's a good famous.
The real conspiracy theorists believe that the government cares about them, the media would never lie to them, and the pharmaceutical industry that makes billions of dollars off them wants to cure them.
And the military complex gonna protect them. That's why I used to say when I said it, show that video. Because the military industry, the military complex, the more war, the more threat, the more money they can take. He doesn't say that, but I say that. It's about the military complex. There's a lot to cover about these ones. But mate, this one have, like JFK say, it's not about the invasion. It's about the infiltration. Where's the famous one? Is it this one?
Guys, look, man, I would rather be home.
Today we will be looking at
This guy here,
investigating. They can convince every single the leader of the so-called free world, Donald John Trump, and his family. Here we have a young Donald mom.
Now that's a long one. It's 28 minutes long.
Who's at the very
But we can take that one later. Why not? Right?
Selected.
Okay, it's going to say.
They want ideology.
Dreams, they all have been infected by the woke
When I clean my hands, they think I'm trying to sow the bitch. I let Jesus say the will.
I'm gonna tell you why you not delivering. And I'm gonna tell you why you not delivering. And I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with you. Walking around here looking like way down. And they don't want nobody to say nothing about you. I'm gonna say something about you. wanna wake up. Wanna wake up. Ay, when I preach the word, they be getting so offended. I know Satan trying to spin, but he really know I'm with it. Let your light shine before man, I'm glowing different. Trying to glorify the Father, but I said it's Southern prison. I was in the world too, yeah, that hold is different. But I'm trying to clean my hands, they think I'm trying to sow the vision. I let Jesus say the will, bro. That mold is different. I go tell them to repent, even if they don't wanna listen. They calling good evil, that's why they want me to villain. Saying if he won, he know I'm down to go the distance. If I say it, then I say it what I mean. All sodomites going to hell if they don't repent. And Yeshua came to bring you out of sin while he was sin. But you picked the savior to open shame no Paul can't. You want so to spirit of grace. In the heavenly
You will get a taste.
as he proceeds, seeing Hebrews to look at their face. They don't want you to read it, they want their theology
And
safe.
safe.
Wanna wake up. Wanna wake
So that's what I mean. You can even say all of these weapons of mass distraction. You see all of your famous, all of these higher ranking football players, soccer players, whatever they call them. If you look it up, where they first started, not of the ancient China or Denmark, who made really terrifying stories about how they kick something round was attached above God's creations around the streets. They didn't really use your head. On the first ever football team in Europe, they come from not the today the FIFA organization is still in Basel, like many of those. The Zionist Organization of Bank of International Settlements in 1895, they had a 25 protocols by the Elders of Zion, example. It's still there, as many others, and even the Davos meetings around there. But the first football club was in Manchester City. You can see the symbol there. It's a 5-pointer inside, right? And the thing is like this. In Manchester, the team has it's official now, I can look it up. It was a high-ranking Amazon or Mason who gave money for them to start this football organization, and the team didn't have to pay back any money. Kind of, you wonder why? Who want to invest like that? Yeah, because the agreement was upon like this: Manchester United, the team, don't have to pay back any money. They only have to always have when they playing at home. They can never ever change the colors of the jersey. But away jersey they can't, but not the home jersey. That is because they haven't even codes and signs and saying in colors. And that's why they have with this team. And the only way it is with this team, it is a weapon of mass destruction. They want to keep people distracted.
Next, some people are saying because Donald Trump is such an authoritarian, an autocrat, we have to win this election. This is not a normal election. You want to win. If you don't, you cooperate and do the best you can for the country and hope to win the next time. This is something that is undermining our democracy, and he must be stopped. He cannot be president.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
You see, if somebody would ever be that, you see that. If somebody ever, we can watch that later, but we don't need to go in GTA. By the way, look at this time where we have been in this one. Wow, this has been a long one, significant long one. Been ranting away here for a while now. Dang. But we're gonna jump in both in GTA. We're gonna also cover Assassin's Creed. We didn't do that yesterday due to a lot of things. Gonna do that soon. So everybody watching and those who are gonna watch, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you in a bit.